Hello, my wonderful people, viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are. Happy New Day and happy Sunday. Today is 13th day in the month of April and in the year of 2025. Now, I totally agree with one of my fans who commented when I posted a video, or rather when I published a video here about Ałèx Otti making ESN, Instant Security Network, the vigilante or rather security outfit to tackle the menace of Fulani headers in Abíæ state. And somebody came and commented that these people should not be trusted. So trusted that Ałèx Otti have joined them in cajoling Biafran security forces and other Biafran allies into working for the Nigerian government. Then when I saw the comment, I was a kind of, what this guy is talking about? But now it have occurred to all of us, including I myself. Our eyes don't open that Ałèx Otti brought ESN closer simply because he want to enforce them entering into Nigerian military. Because all the Southeasterners, all the whole Biafrans, in fact, even those who are not Biafrans, have already vowed never to enroll into the so-called Nigerian military. Then Ałèx Otti now is forcing them. Make una hear the headlines. IPOB's call to shun army recruitment. Shaki as Governor Ałèx Otti, he vows to throw weight behind Nigerian army. In other words, he's going to be enforcing the youths of Abíæ state into joining Nigerian army. But to join Nigerian army is not the problem, because once you are a Southeasterner, once you are an Igbo man, once you're from the old Eastern region, you join the military, you can never see your land again. They will push you, go where you will be killed. That is just one of it all, of ethnic cleansing and reducing the population of the Easterners. That is what they are doing. In that our southeast areas, all the whole highways you are looking, have you ever seen any Igbo military there? Hardly you see one or two. Hardly. The rest of them is the Fulanis, who have been, they call them repentant Boko Haram, and they push them down. Then the one who remains in the bush, then they will push our people there to go there and for them to be killed. Ałèx Otti can never be forgiven. Before, I used to see him as somebody that is exceptional from all these our Fulani stooges, but now he have proved me to be wrong. That all this while I have been wrong. If you are watching my content, you are watching my video, each time I'm calling the bad governors in the southeast, even if I will call the old people, all the old ones who don't govern Abíæ state, I will never call Ałèx Otti. Not because I love him so much, but because I seek a kind of an atom of truth or atom of reality, a real in him. But I was proven wrong by this his statement, and he stand by his statement. He stand by it. There is no two ways about that. He said that he have no regret of saying it. ESN and Abíæ indigenes must be recruited into the military according to him, for them to be killed. So Ałèx Otti is now working with the Nigerian government to reduce the populations of the southeast. That is what is happening at this moment. It is well documented that Adah George introduced funded bush boys to kill people in Rivers State, weakest aid. Scores killed as suspected herdsmen launch fresh attack on Benue community. They have sent delegation to Kano State, have sent his deputy to go to Uromi for fact-finding on why the 16 Fulani terrorist hunters are being killed. So, in this Benue, how many of the governors in the north have sent delegations in fact-finding of what is killing these people? Benue, Plateau, Jigawa, Borno, Southern Kaduna, and the rest of other places that have been occupied by Christians. When they say that the Nigeria is being owned by Fulani, some people are doubting. It is very, very clear now that Fulani who are immigrants in Nigeria are now the owner of Nigeria. Where a Fulani man can travel anywhere with a brand new AK-47, they will call him a hunter. Then an Igbo man who they saw just ordinary as a blade, he don't become IPOB terrorist. On our way done. Let us read the news, please. But when you get this news, please help us to circulate it. And help us tag Ałèx Otti that he is now on the bad record of the Igbos and the Biafrans at large, including I myself. The governor of Abíæ State, Ałèx Otti, has promised to assist in forcing the Abíæ youths for recruitment into the Nigerian army. You see the word, forcing the Abíæ youths, whether you like it or not. If you refuse to go, he will send you to underground prison. This is coming after the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, called on Igbo youths to shun recruitment and rather opt for farming. IPOB claimed that Igbo recruits are often sent into deadly conflict zones with Boko Haram in the north due to what it describes as ethnic prejudice within the army. However, Otti, while addressing a delegation of the year 2025 Nigerian Army in the government house, Omaya, on Friday, said the government will set up the necessary structures to make sure that every Abíæ youths who fall within the army recruitment age are mobilized and sensitized and forced into recruitment. Ałèx Otti, thunder must fire you. Otti, who was represented by his chief of staff, Caleb Ajaba, said, "We will help to make sure that Abians, especially the youths, will embrace this opportunity. We are going to set up the necessary structures to make sure that those who fall within the age bracket that is being targeted will also see the need to be part of the general progress of the general vision of the Nigerian Army in order to make sure that there is adequate security in this nation. We will also pass the information to the youths who are within the catchment group being targeted for this exercise. One thing we can assure you, the Nigerian Army, is that going forward, this sensitization is going to become more regular. You can imagine Ałèx Otti giving this kind of promise. He has gone to by force them, whether he like it or not. He must go into the army. Okay. He commended the Nigerian Army for its interest in ensuring that the Southeast is fully integrated into the Nigerian Army, saying that it was good that the institution had become to interfere with those at the local level, the mayors and traditional institutions. I want to deeply appreciate you. We are quite impressed by the professionalism that the Nigerian Army has continued to display. Coming around at a time like this to make sure that the Southeast is fully integrated into the army is the way to go, Otti said. Okay, let me take it this way now. Ałèx Otti, let me ask you this question. If they are appointing, in the appointment Tinubu make now, according to what is trending by Arise TV, Tinubu have appointed over 55 ministers from Southwest alone. Northeast have 25, other ones have 20 something, other one have 40 something. Southeast have only 15 ministers. Only 15 ministers. So in terms of appointment, the Southeast are not included. And the Southeast governors and every other parastatals are not troubled, they are not disturbed. Then when it come in terms of recruitment, when their people say no, they will not, then they will drive down to the Southeast to force our youths who will defend our land in case anything happens tomorrow and force them into the military. For them to be going there to be dying like fowl in the hands of Boko Haram and Iswap and the Lakurawa terrorists. Ałèx Otti, your children and your family will never know peace. For this singular act, they will never know peace. In fact, they will never die well. That is my own prayer. It is well documented that Adah George introduced and funded Bush Boys to kill people in Rivers State. Senior Special Assistant to the Federal Capital Territory Minister Țèñsìon Wike on Public Communications and Social Media, Lare Olayinka, has sharply criticized former Rivers State Governor Rufus Adah George for his alleged negative influence on the state's development. According to Vanguard, Olayinka, in a statement issued on Thursday, challenged Adah George to provide any substantial positive contributions to the Rivers State, aside from introducing violence, killings, and divisive ethnic politics. Olayinka expressed disappointment, remarking that at old age, people should begin to desist from acting shamelessly. He emphasized that the Adah George tenure was marked by the notorious rise of the Bush Boys militant group, which he claimed the former governor used for political vengeance, resulting in the deaths and maiming of innocent citizens. The FCT minister spokesperson further questioned Adah George's political relationships, asking why after leaving office in 1993, the former governor distanced himself from Peter Odili, his deputy. After leaving office as governor in 1993, what happened to his relationship with Dr. Peter Odili? Why did he not support Odili for governor in 1999 and 2003? Olayinka asked. He went on to point out the political disarray, highlighting Adah George's involvement with all the People's Party, APP, while Odili, his former deputy, was with the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Olayinka said records of his involvement in the activities of the Bush Boys are well documented in the report of the 2008 Justice Kayode Eso lead Rivers State Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which had accusations that he, Adah George, sponsored the Bush Boys in the September 2001 violence. Where are the Bush Boys introduced and funded to kill and maim people in Rivers State then? As a former governor of Rivers State, he could not reconcile the Warren Okrika factions. Reason they didn't have an Amayanabo until Wike became governor. Rather than resolve the chieftaincy crisis, Adah George took side and used his Bush Boys militant group against those against his preferred candidate. As Rivers State governor in 1993, when violence ensued in Ogoni, people's protest against exploitation by Shell, Adah George took side with his former employer against the Ogoni people. That's the person of Adah George, who was among those who took side with the suspended governor of Rivers State, Similaye Fubara, when he threw rule of law to the dogs, and was boasting that the State House of Assembly and its members existed only because he wanted them to exist. Olayinka also condemned the former governor of Rivers State for the manner at which he ran the House of Assembly of 32 members with just 3 members. He further stated he never for once told Fubara the truth that it was illegal to run a House of Assembly of 32 members with just 3 members, and that each the height of wickedness to deny fellow indigents of Rivers State their entitlements, thereby making it difficult to feed and take care of their wives and children. Today, at close to 85 years, the same Adah George, who was urging Fubara on his regime of lawlessness, is addressing the press and advertising his shamelessness by accusing the FCT minister of being behind the political crisis in Rivers State, including the imposition of a state of emergency and appointment of sole administration in all 23 local government areas. Also did the same Adah George not to say that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a Middlestone interloper who engaged in executive rascality by intervening in the crisis and reaching amicable resolutions that all parties signed. Therefore, Adah George is advised for once be circumspect and stop advising shamelessness at old age. Scores are being killed by herdsmen as they launch fresh attack on Benue community. A yet to be confirmed number of individuals were reportedly killed and numerous homes have been set on fire in Benue State due to a recent surge of violent attack allegedly executed by suspected armed herdsmen early on Saturday morning. Nigerian News learned that several communities, including Tombo Mbaya in the Buruku local government area, as well as the adjacent Mbachugu and Mbayaga in Taka local government area, were targeted in this coordinated assault. The villages affected, such as Ose Mbatsua, Garagu, Usentama, and the rest of them, reportedly experienced significant turmoil, and residents fled in large numbers, seeking refuge from the violence. A source informed Daily Post that displaced families have sought shelter in nearby towns, leaving many traumatized and without homes. Meanwhile, a top terrorist commander, second in command to a leader linked to Islamic State of West African province, identified as Gwaska, has been killed alongside 100 others during a major military operation in Katsina State. Nigerians report that the Katsina State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasir Moazu, made this known in a statement on Friday, April 11, 2025. The commissioner said the operation was based on reliable intelligence and targeted key hideouts used by criminals in the region. In conclusion, the precision operation based on actionable intelligence eliminated a high-value target identified as Gwaska, who served as second in command to an ISWAP link commander. During the operation, the forces recovered and subsequently destroyed 2 machine guns, locally fabricated shotguns, and other weapons to prevent their use by criminal elements. So my people, now here we go take a break. I beg, make a like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos. I, Okulora, is always here to serve you. Țèñsìon, my people.